Hello everybody, my name is Dakota Thill. Today I'll be giving a bit of my backstory, or more of a long backstory of my past, of what my dad and my older brother have done to me from my child. I like to get off my chest is the past abuse, the things that my dad has done, such as neglect me, left me, beating me, and hurting me, especially with my older brother. And it has caused so much pain that over the years has helped me develop to be a better person, but also to mature and think through things. Still to this day, I still think about the moments of my life, of what has happened. But what has come to now to help me talk about these things is to help others understand they can get through what I've gone through in different situations. Noted, there is some graphic content of stuff that I'll be saying, such as rape, sexual abuse, and much more. During the age for 6 to 16, or even 7 to 16 at the most, was when my brother started doing random things to my brother, such as sexual acts of abuse. He would constantly grab my brother and I and do these sexual contents. Like, it's hard to say because I don't want people feeling disgusted. In the same picture, when it comes to that, he did sexual acts to my brother and I, where he would, during the nights, he would touch us when we were little in certain parts, or even when we were teens, or even when we were alone, he would do those sexual acts to us. He would make it think it was right. It caused a lot of questioning towards my childhood of why he was doing that. I couldn't really say anything at all to anybody, because I don't know what was going through my head. I wish I could have said. My dad, at times, he catched him doing it in the act. Even, not just once, but a few times with my little brother in the living room, and my dad was having talks with him about it. He wasn't mad or anything at him, which that made me question it. In my childhood, still a little blank from a lot that has occurred till this day. Despite it all, it made me question why he did it. Notably, a lot of people would question why your family member would do that, or why your brother would. During that time as a child, when it all went down, when my mom divorced my dad and left due to my dad being an abusive man towards her, it scarred us, my brothers and I. Over the time when my dad and my mom were having the divorce over the time, we would have to go back and forth. But it also caused issues there, because my dad would be aggressive towards my mom and her family, and especially my brothers. So every time we went with our mom, he would get angry or upset, even at the most very aggressive or manipulative. And despite it all, it was hard. It was really hard to know why my dad was doing that for reasons. We were little, we didn't have the concept of minds of understanding tons of why your dad or mom were going through that. But when I got older and understood why, it helped me realize what was going on. So, just pause the video. Okay. Let me get bedded for a bit. Hold on a sec. Okay. I don't need to wired right now. Okay, we're good. So, fast forward to a lot of the childhood trauma over my pre-existing time when I was going through that divorce when my dad and mom were fighting over when they were getting us back and forth. So, I'll restart that one because that then. So during the divorce or the time, it started getting worse because every time with my dad or my mom, we would be dropped off, taken to whatever side at times, right? And my dad would be the most aggressive person known to man when he saw my mom drop my brothers and I off, or my brothers and I had so much. And in short, it was devastating. My dad would always yell or try, even most times smacking my mom, and then making my brothers and I scared. And it wasn't just him. His parents, my dad's parents in a sense, also yelled at my mom and her parents. Well, she was dropping us boys off back then because she didn't want to go alone, because if she did go alone, it would have gotten really worse and affected her. So that's why my mom had my grandparents there all the time. It was from age 5 to 6 over that time when I was very young. But the abuse got so worse that every time when I would mention my mom around my dad, he would constantly say, "Why do you want to go see your mom? Why do you want to consistently see her?" He would even be a narcissist, saying, "Well, you can go back to your mom," but then suddenly change his mind very last second and start yelling and screaming. It made me really scared and cry as a kid. Not just me, it made my brothers cry. My brothers, more in the sense, cry. It really hurted us, it affected us emotionally. I remember when I was 6, the very last time I think they got to saw my mom and her grandparents at the time after when they dropped it off at somewhere in Mansfield. That was in Missouri here. Afterwards, when we came back, after school, my dad wondered where you got that backpack, and I said, "Oh, from mom," and he started yelling and screaming at my brothers and all, and then suddenly corrected us a lot, saying, "Oh, if you want to go back with your mom so much, I'll just call her," and all that. We were all in the hall just crying, wondering what was going on. In a sense,